Hi. Let me check if I'm live and if the sound is good and all that stuff. If you know what I mean. It's funny, I was all excited to come on here, and then I saw how many views my last live had, and my energy just sunk. Freaking hell, man. Anyhow, I wanted to try something. I'm just gonna wait and see who shows up. Usually I put a link, about this live in my failing YouTube channel, the other one, which is Whispers of the Arabian Oracle, which I'm taking a break from that channel because I'm done, pretty much. I don't have any fight left in me. So I'm just gonna, I'm not doing that today. I'm just gonna see, who pops up here. Usually it's about 2 people. But I don't know if you guys remember a few live streams ago, there was a channel, very, very big YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers, and the guy that runs it is a narcissist from my own perspective. And he always likes to come on and he's half of his content, half of his live streams and videos, he's naked from, the belly button up. And then he's always oiled up, and then if you go to his Instagram account, he's on the beach putting oil with a smile on his face. And he triggered me because this is basically how he grew his channel. And then he has the audacity to come on YouTube and shit talk girls with OnlyFans, like shit talk them, and how horrible they are. I'm like, you're pretty much no different than them. So I know that for me as a female, I can't come on here. Let me just lower the volume. I can't come on YouTube, unfortunately, and and from the belly button up naked, and oil myself. So I'm just gonna, be respectful about it, and this is my spiritual ritual oil. I use this oil when I meditate. Any spiritual practice that I engage in, I like a little bit of ASMR. I like to use this oil. So since this is my spiritual channel, and hopefully I don't mess it up like I did the other one, I'm just gonna, put a few drops here. Oil. I'm just gonna oil myself respectfully, because this is a spiritual channel, and I'm gonna do what he does. Yeah? Yeah. And see if that gets me views. That might get some interest. Because this is what he does, He sits there and he smiles. And he's all muscular and fit with his 6-pack. And he oils himself up. So I'm going to do the same. Because OnlyFans girls are horrible people. But this is okay. This is okay, especially if you're a man. It's okay. All right, now that I got that off my chest, am I oiled up? Can you see? All right. I wanted to come on here and just see who shows up, what you guys want to talk about, and do this little stunt, which is now over, as a start. And I have my tarot, and I also have my notes. Let me get my notes up, actually. Where are my notes? My notes are here, and I'm very, very prepared. Hello, whoever is here. Say hello. Say hi to me. Talk to me. I'm very prepared to discuss reincarnation, but not just reincarnation, the Sufi perspective on reincarnation. So whatever you guys decide, I'm more than happy to oblige. Since my life is falling apart, might as well have fun. while this is happening. And no, I have not lost my mind. Well, actually, some could argue that I've lost my mind a long time ago. When I was a political activist and I was very angry and hostile and divisive and very, very absorbed in the rubbish of this world, and Trump and no, and the liberals and the Democrats and the Muslims, and when I was divisive and that was my rhetoric and that was my focus, my YouTube channel, it skyrocketed. It was unbelievable how much it grew. But since I spiritually woke up, and since I've toned down, and since I began speaking about faith, speaking about being a good human being, speaking about love, speaking about, just observing rather than engaging the nonsense that's happening in the world, no one cares, which is the title of this live stream. No one cares. So I can't make people care. All I can do is stay the course for my own self, and do what I feel is right. And if people want to, join the club, so be it. And if they don't want to, so be it. But for now, I'm here and I can chit chat on whatever you guys want. I can discuss the topic of reincarnation from a Sufi perspective, or can talk about whatever you guys want, and I can do a tarot reading. Whoever's here, the one person that's here, let me know. Say hello and let me know. Let me get a sip of water. All right. Maybe I'll start with a tarot reading. Let's see. Let's see what the universe wants me to deliver to you right now. How about that? Let's do that. Guidance. What needs to come out of my mouth right now to serve everyone, to serve myself, to serve the majority, to serve the collective for the greatest good? Whatever it is, show me the way. This card keeps coming up. I've been doing tarot readings on and off because I've been getting hit every which way around here. So, Page of Swords. I don't know if you can see that. Very bright-eyed energy, very fresh energy. Let me just pull another, maybe a little bit more, please, for clarity, since the eyes is what gets me with that card. The eyes, like, I don't know if you can see the eyes, like they're very open. Yeah, very very engaging, sort of observant energy. So let's see what other cards want to come through. And by the way, there's a very good chance that I might delete this live stream because I'm not interested in having my energy basically, I don't know, degraded, unvalued. I don't know what to say. But YouTube has been really sucking the life out of me recently, and if I finish this live stream and I feel that that's what's going on, this live stream is going to be trashed. What other message, please? Can we get clarity? Can we get clarity? What do people need to hear right now? What are the energies right now? Something flew out and fell. Let's get the card. What's this one? This is the Ten of Cups. I don't know if you can see that. That's a very, very lovely sort of fulfillment. All your wishes, all your dreams coming true. I feel like the camera needs to go up a little bit. No? Go down a little bit so you can see my oiled chest. So let's start with the Page of Swords. A very fresh, vibrant, but observant energy. Cups tend to signify emotions, but not swords. The swords are more the realm of the mind, if you may, as well as maybe action. So if you're thinking about doing something, if there's something of interest to you that's been occupying you, and that you wanna, like, you're feeling that you need to act upon it, maybe just hang on for a sec and try to observe the situation with a clarity, not with emotion, not with bias, but really try to become the observant before you take any action. And that's the guidance essentially that I get from the Page of Swords. It's not a tainted energy. Most of humans, if you've been living for a while, a decade or two, we become tainted. Our filters, our decision making, we become biased, we become skewed, we become narrow, tunnel visioned. Widen your vision before you make any decisions, before you take any action, before you utter any words that might affect anything or anyone. So that's the guidance here. Try not to come from a place of habit, a place of just, that I've always done it this way, that's the way I see it. Try to see it from a different way, which I believe has been my message a lot recently. And then the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, if you're like me and your life is a shit show right now, I've been getting the Ten of Cups a lot. I've been getting the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. Essentially, push through. Try not to lose hope, because fulfillment is headed your way. If you've been trying to manifest anything or something, if you've been hoping, if you've been praying, if you've been dreaming, it's headed your way. It's all headed your way. That's what this card is about. It's a very, very hope-filled card. If you're going through a difficult time right now, chin up. The universe has got your back. Something very, very good is about to happen to you. I'm not going to say it's going to make all this pain worth it, but it will definitely make you forget what you're going through right now. And so that's it. We started with a tarot reading. There's only 2 people still, which I think is me, by the way. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the 2 people are me. Because I've got 2 windows open here, and I wonder if it just sees it as 2 different accounts. I don't really know. But since there's nobody here, I might as well get into the topic that I was going to discuss, which is the Sufi perspective on reincarnation. And the Sufis, if you don't know why I'm talking about Sufi perspective of reincarnation, my last live stream, I said that I was going to discuss this topic next. So might as well stay true to at least what it is that I promised that I was going to discuss. I am also studying Sufism, my higher self, my guidance, whatever it is you want to call it, the universe, has led me down the path of studying Sufism, which is the very spiritual sort of aspect of Islam. Me personally, I grew up under radical Islam and I denounced the religion very early on in my life. And I became a very open and prominent ex Muslim, and I was an activist and all of that. Then came COVID. And when COVID hit, I had some serious encounters. I don't know what you want to call it, with the universe, with my higher self. Some people choose to think that I went crazy and lost my mind. But the encounters that I had led me down a path of meditation, contemplation, solitude. I became a hermit, and I really became engrossed in a lot of self study as well as spirituality. And I kept diving, going deeper, and I connected with my higher self. And then I started receiving messages, and it's lovely. It's like it keeps unlocking, you keep getting more and more and more, and the connection with your higher self gets stronger and stronger. But it eventually led me down a path of studying esoteric Islam, which is Sufism. I bought all the books of the main Sufi teacher that I was sort of guided to study, is Hazrat Inayat Khan. I now own all 12 textbooks that he has written, as well as a textbook that his grandson has written. And it is very interesting to see the shift in language. Hazrat Inayat Khan talks about, which he was living in the early 1920s is when he started to do his lectures in the West about Sufism. 1918 to 1920s, that's when the majority of his work was produced. And then he passed, and then his son came along, he wrote a few books, but I'm actually reading the books written by his grandson. Hazrat Inayat Khan speaks about God a lot. His grandson has shifted into speaking about consciousness. It's very interesting how the language changes, as well as the universe. And there's a lot of scientific research, especially into the field of psychology, in those books. So I'm just noting like the shift in tone, I guess. So why am I diving and why am I talking about all of this? Just because I guess I wanted to share with you how I developed this significant interest in Sufi teachings and why I'm diving into them and why I care at all. Every time I read anything from these textbooks, I sort of binge read, and then I go into a significant dark night of the soul, which I've been going through for the past 3 to 4 weeks now. And that usually signifies energetic upgrade, a leveling up, ascension, whatever it is you want to call it. I feel like these books unlock aspects of me. Unfortunately, I have to crash and burn first, and sometimes you see it here, like you're seeing it right now. Although I try to do it with pride, and I try to do it with a little bit of, etiquette and prestige. Whereas before I would come on here and cry and scream and yell. So that's where I am. And the chapter that I read before I went into the dark night of the soul, which I'm in, was about reincarnation, and it made a lot of sense to me. Some of the people that watch my content, a lot of them are spiritual. A lot of them believe in reincarnation. A lot of them, follow Buddhist teachings, Hindu teachings with regards to karma, the understanding of karma, as well as the understanding of reincarnation, that we as souls, especially the term old soul or advanced soul, that we as souls have lived many, 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 many times on this planet. I don't want to tell you that just because I read what I read that I believe it, because that's essentially indoctrination, and I'm very, very against indoctrination. But what I did read, which I'm going to quote some of it and explain it to you, I agree with because it makes sense to me. When I became, well, I've always been spiritual, but when I really sort of took a dive into spirituality, it is my understanding that we are here as human beings to self realize. And the world right now, and it always has been a place of division. There's a lot of focus on division and separateness, and this guy's a Trump supporter, this woman is a Democrat, he's a liberal, he's an idiot, this guy is this way, he's a Christian, I'm a Muslim. It's always been focused on the, I guess, the illusion of separation, because it keeps us, I guess, divided, and it helps keeps the people in power when we are divided. When you self-realize, when you self-actualize, you rise above the lower self. The lower self is what you look like, the person that you see in the mirror. You look like, I look like this, I'm brown with curly hair. You know, I grew up under radical Islam. I'm spiritual. I'm very spiritual. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm this. I'm that. I'm a doctor. I. All the I's that we associate with, you know. I like this. I associate with this. I love this. I'm this. It asks you, spirituality and self-realization and actualization asks you to rise above all of these things. I have this many cars, I have this many homes, I own property, I have this much money, my net worth is this, I have so many titles behind my name, you know. So you disassociate with all of that and you rise above it, and the more you rise towards the one source, which is the source that connects us all as human beings. We are all from the same source. When we come down and we occupy these bodies, these avatars, whatever it is you want to call them, we fall into the illusion of separateness, and we believe that, you know, it's like you're playing a game. You're playing a game, you know, whatever game, I guess, what's a good game that people play? Grand Theft Auto. You get pissed at this guy and you shoot him, and this guy he's your enemy, and you have to, you know, go against them, and you start believing, you start getting so engrossed in the game because it's all you see, and you live in it 24/7, that you believe it, and it starts to impact you. And that's no different than who we are. You are not the person that you see in the mirror. You are not what everything that you have gained in this life. You're not. You're none of it. You are a lot more. You are bigger. You are higher than all of this. We have been dumbed down. Not through, you know, well, a little bit of control, sure, but we've also forgotten because we've become accustomed to what we see, hear, and live. We forget. This world orients us outwards, not inwards. We forget who we are. So why am I diving into all of this? When you believe in reincarnation, and it doesn't really matter what it is you believe in, if your focus is karma clearing and who I was in a past life, speaking of that, I met early on when I was doing a lot of sort of online research. I've sort of abandoned my online research right now, and I'm really engrossed into textbooks. I remember, sorry, my hair is like everywhere. I remember coming across a Facebook page, and that Facebook page was dedicated to empaths. And the level of victimhood that was sort of taken on by the owner of that page and the people who participated in that page was astonishing to me. And this was a spiritual page. oh no, we're empaths, we can't. Oh no, no, I'm an empath, I have to do this. And it's like, I'm like, oh wow, you've turned being an empath into victimhood. How is this spirituality? And in that group, I met a person who would not shut up about how in her past life she was a Jewish person who was captured by the Nazis, and she was gassed in a concentration camp. And that has caused her so much trauma in this life. She kept on going on and on and on about it. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Me personally, I mean, yes, the Holocaust was a horrible thing. You'd think we would learn at this point in our lives, but clearly not. But why do you need to focus on this? If that was your existence in a past life, why are you making it your existence in this life? Like, why? How's that spiritual? How is that doing anything, for you? And why do you keep saying it? So I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make here. And that's the Sufi perspective. If the point of us being here is to experience ourselves and to realize that we are consciousness, or that at least consciousness is within us, and to begin to allow consciousness to come through us and to rise above this realm and what comes with this realm, which is usually, sadly, very low vibrations, then why are we so focused on who we were in a past life and clearing our karma from past lives, if the point is to rise above all this? So Sufi teachings do not go against reincarnation, but they just expand on it. As well as, for lack of better words, Sufis don't give a crap who you were in a different life. I'm going to shift my lingo a little bit, and I'm going to go and look at my notes. So I apologize if my gaze goes back and forth. Once a soul, hello, finally somebody's here and talking to me. Who's here? Evan. Hi, Evan. Thank you for the hearts, honey buns. Did you like my oiling? I can oil up again. Just let me know. So once the soul that manifested on this earth departs, through death, of course, it must merge first with the pool of consciousness before it can return again to manifest into form. Once the person who believes, the people who were captured by the Nazis, they were gassed and they had horrible experiences and died horrible deaths. Once their souls depart, that soul has to go back and merge in the pool of light. Kind of like a drop of water, this glass of water, I'm now going to dump it into the ocean. And it's going to, this little amount of water is going to dissolve. All the particles are going to merge with the ocean. So, what are the chances that this exact amount of water, if this is a soul, what are the chances that these same particles, same ones, are going to come back again? The same particles are going to gather again after they've dissolved in an ocean. And just come back again and form another life. The same particles. That's, I guess, the question that you have to ask yourself. Oh, sorry, I'm not paying attention to the comments. Hello there, my darling. I really do love that. You love what? You love me oiling my chest? I can definitely do that. Let me just get through the serious talk first, and then I'll oil up again. Maybe I'll get more than 17 views. You never know. All right, where were we? So another drop might come, like another, a glass of water might appear, but never the same drop again. Just think of it logically. A drop of water went into the ocean. gone. What are the chances that same drop of water will come back again to form anything? Or you can collect it or you can find it. So the concept of karma, from the understanding, the from the understanding of the Sufis, or the souls heading towards manifestation on earth pick up impressions from the souls that are on their way back to source after completing their manifestation on earth. Think of an airport. You know, when you exit a plane, you go, people are watching you, you're leaving, there's a whole bunch of people exiting a plane through this side, and on this side are the people that are coming in to ride that plane. The two groups of people are, one are leaving, their destination has been completed, and one are just a certain group are still starting their destination. They might sit and talk with each other, the two groups of people, the ones that have just left and the ones that are coming in. Yeah, they'll sit there and they'll chit chat with each other and talk, and this person will give that person this thing. They'll talk to them about their experience, and they will leave these people who are coming in. They're coming in, the souls that are coming in to manifest on this realm, in this world. They'll leave them with impressions. They'll leave them with ideas. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. They might bring something. Oh, here, I'm going to gift you this. This is from my trip. Enjoy your trip. Like a souvenir. And that person carries that souvenir with them on their way on to manifest. I hope I made that a little bit clear. So that is essentially the concept of karma, that we believe that karma is something that we carried from our previous life, and it's either a punishment or a reward in this life, and that we need to clear it. What is Evan Martin saying? You really look absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, also wonderful. Well, that's great. Thank you. Now there's only one person watching. Excellent. I'm getting hot. It's getting hot in here. All right. So karma is not you being rewarded or punished for your own past deeds, but rather you manifesting the impressions that your soul picked up on its way to incarnate, like as you were coming here to incarnate in this lifetime. When I spiritually woke up, and I was an extremely unconscious human being, I found myself driven, like there was a drive inside me, there was a need inside of me to learn Tai Chi, to learn everything that had to do with Buddhism. I was very interested in Sanskrit, in Hinduism. I had all these different interests. It's almost like they became unlocked. Could it be that my soul, on its way to incarnate into this avatar, into this body, met with souls that had already departed, and it got these impressions? Maybe I spoke to someone in the airport about Tai Chi. Maybe someone taught me a little bit of Sanskrit and I was fascinated by it and it stuck with me. And it just unlocked when you spiritually awaken, when you allow yourself to connect with something that is bigger than this, what you see in the mirror, what you know about yourself in this world. Perhaps that is karma, not the fact that we come here to be punished or rewarded because of past deeds that we did, in a different lifetime. Understanding the concept that once your soul departs the physical body, it merges in a pool of light. And the chances of that same soul coming back, those same particles coming back, is pretty slim to none. The example that I gave you is the drop of water that goes into the ocean. good luck collecting that exact same drop of water. Even if that drop of water had a color. Let's say that drop of water, I don't know if you can see this oil that I slathered all over me. It's got all these colors in it. So if you drop this in the ocean, it's got a bit of, purple and yellow and violet and blue. The characteristics of it are going to be lost in the ocean. But other particles in the ocean might pick up some of those characteristics. Oh wow, I sure hope this is making sense. This is way out there. Way out there. Yes. Keep oiling yourself. Okay, I will. I will oil myself up. Listen, anything to get views on this goddamn platform. Because heaven knows, nothing is getting me views these days. All right. So Sufism, we talked about all this. Sufism is about self-realization, which is how I began this discussion or this topic. It is about distancing yourself from the lower self. That is it. That is Sufism. And Sufis, by the way, like I think I started in the beginning to tell you that I grew up under radical Islam and I escaped it. Radical Islam or the main two sects, the Shia and the Sunni, they fight with each other, but as they fight with each other for power, they've really focused on eradicating the Sufis, their practices, their teachings. They really hate them. And I don't know if you want to call it, you can call it whatever you want to call it, ethnic cleansing, genocide, but the main sects of Islam that seek power have really done a number on Sufi Islam, because Sufi Islam is esoteric Islam, and it goes beyond the concept of a deity, Allah. You gotta pray 5 times a day, and you don't eat pork, and it really goes beyond all of that, because all these things are based in limitation. Oh, I don't eat pork, I don't drink, I don't do this, I have to cover my hair. And with all respect to you, if that's what you believe in, go for it. I'm not poo-pooing you. But that's very limiting. That's really, really limiting. And it comes from a limited man-made vengeful God, not the true source, not the one source. The one source doesn't give a crap if your hair is showing or if you eat pork. I'm not saying that I speak on behalf of source, but I know enough about spirituality and going beyond limitation that this is all sort of petty nonsense. And it is this petty nonsense that a lot of us grew up under and learned to hate and escaped. So Sufism is about self-realization. It is about distancing yourself from the lower self. And the lower self is everything that I just told you. What good is it then to focus on who you were in a past life and what your deeds were? You have completely dumbed down, so you've dumbed down yourself at this point. So you're not even focused on this life anymore. You're focused on a life that you think you lived. There's really, truly, really no evidence of anything. It's just a belief. So you've wasted that life and you're wasting this one. So there is no point, as the focus remains the self or the lower self, when the goal is to realize the one being, the whole point of our existence in this world. Everyone, you're here to self-realize. And when you self-realize, you go above the rubbish and the nonsense. And when you rise above the rubbish and the nonsense, you ascend and you connect with the one source, and you honor yourself, you honor the one source energy, you honor every human being, you honor every living thing, you honor everything. You live with honor and integrity, because you've allowed yourself to rise above the illusion that we all live in. And because it's all we know, we believe it. We believe it. I'm good. I'm as good as it gets. I'm as good as it gets. I don't know if you saw my the beginning of this live stream, but I think, or was it the other live stream that I talked about? My other channel is on pause for a while I recover. My life has been pretty much shattered over here. Everything has been stripped from me. That channel, Whispers of the Arabian Oracle, is pretty much a dead fish in water. So I need to readjust what my expectations of it. And before I go back, I truly enjoy ASMR. So if I continue to post on that channel, it will be for me, for nothing else. Just for me to create, to connect with spirit, because that's how I connect. So, but I just need to get to that point. As for this channel, I have no clue. This is my spiritual slash, live streaming and Sufism channel. I will keep coming on here and I will try to stay the course. I think I've learned that the way I operated in my other channel, I took it in many sort of directions, which may have, destroyed it. I might have been the reason the channel is dead. I don't know. I'm going to try to stay the course in this channel. Live streams, short videos, but the focus is spirituality and Sufism. And in the end, and by the way, if you wish to support me, please feel free to join my Patreon. Let me link it here. There's no point in flirting with me if you don't wish to support. You might as well support, honey buns. All right, let me put it here. And by the way, like, I do realize I come on here and I flirt with you guys, but that is not the reason I'm on here. I really enjoy spirituality. I really enjoy these discussions. I'm not here to have a date with anyone or fall in love or find a guy or be a degenerate. It's not really why I'm here. I like to poke fun. So hopefully I make that clear in case people think that I'm here to find a man. I'm not. All right. So one thing that I did read in my textbook that stuck with me, and I don't know, I'm trying to make it into a title, and it might be the title of this live stream. But I read that the mystery of life is that when you take the divine lantern into your own hands, all things will become clear to you. That is the mystery of life. And one of the interesting things about the books that I'm reading is that person, that murshid, that sort of then join my Patreon. He lived in a time period where people still had faith, where God wasn't a dirty word. Now, mind you, I understand why God is a dirty word. I have problems with the term God because the God that I grew up fearing is horrible. Horrible. A God that makes you fearful of everything, that's a God, the man-made God, okay? But it's interesting to see what happened and the shift of humanity. I guess we sort of fell. Now, if you speak about anything divine, anything outside of this world, you will be subjected to mockery. You will be subjected to ridicule. People will think you've lost your minds or just not take you seriously. These books they had a following. The Sufi teachers, Sufi leaders, it was a following in the West, not even in the East. Because in the East at that time, radical Islam was was spiking, you know? They were eliminating the Sufi movement. Anyone who had esoteric understanding of Islam, it was brutal. And you're seeing the brutality of radical Islam in the West, or Islamism, or political Islam, or whatever it is you want to call it. It's coming. It's here now. It's here, and you're seeing it. It starts to silence you. Islamophobia. They'll shut you down. You can't talk about it. You can't. Everyone gets offended. You know, it's a very interesting movement, political Islam. But the Sufi movement at that time period, you know, in the early 20s and before, people still had faith. Faith wasn't a dirty word. People still believed. And they didn't laugh at you for believing. They wanted guidance. They wanted to connect with whatever it is that they were not able to connect with. They believed in Sufi teachers. They believed in spiritual leaders. I guess before the corruption happened, before the church started doing all the stupid shit that it started doing, which has infected all religions, by the way, not just the church. Now we have fallen so far from belief, from faith, that, like I said, people will literally mock you and laugh at you and shame you for having any kind of belief or faith outside of the major religions. Outside of the major religions, which unfortunately, because they are so influenced by man, that they have created, people hate them. The main Abrahamic religions, for the most part, if you're not fully succumbed by their takeover of your mind through fear, you will find that you despise them and you reject them. So that's, I guess, my little 2 cents worth about where we're at, what I've learned from what I'm reading, and with regards to where I'm at with my Sufi textbooks. I am jumping back and forth, but I finished 4 textbooks. I'm now on to the 5th, which is actually the 8th. So on to the 5th textbook by the same author, as well as I've started reading one of the textbooks, which was written by his grandson. And like I said, it's very interesting to see him quote science and change the lingo from God to consciousness or the universe. It was very, very interesting to see that. But that's essentially what I wanted to do this live stream about. And this live stream might have shot over my usual time frame. So thank you. Please give it a like. Please share. Please comment. It will help this channel grow, if it's going to grow at all. And let me know if you guys want me to talk about stuff like this in the future, or if this was a little bit way over the top. I realized I did in the beginning the whole oiling, but that was just me being me. Because you can't just go full-blown spiritual. You gotta be a little bit human as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. Please feel free to leave a comment. And I'm gonna head out now, and I'll try to make it a regular thing to come on here on Sundays at the very least. At the very least, until I recover from the massive hits that my life has taken over the past few weeks. My Patreon is linked in the chat should you wish to support. Have a lovely Sunday.